So I want to talk a little bit about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, specifically one aspect of the movie that is kind of the elephant in the room that I want to talk about, and that is the influence of leaks, fake leaks, 4chan, Reddit, the internet, channels, even like mine, had on this movie. Now, I'm not going to go into any specific plot points in this review or this video, I'm sorry. So don't worry about really being spoiled on anything like that, but I am going to talk about what the movie was lacking and what people wanted. So, going into Multiverse of Madness, the buildup was not quite as high as No Way Home, but it was relatively close. And this channel right here, World of Geekdom, I do tend to cover leaks from time to time. I've actually broken leaks here on this channel for movies like Matrix Resurrections. I got the whole plot for that movie. I have Shazam 2 already up. I've got the third G.I. Joe movie from last year. The Godzilla vs. Kong. Like, we've gotten a lot of these kinds of exclusives here, but also sometimes I'll take time to talk about rumors and things like that from different places online, like 4chan, Reddit, etc. But with Multiverse of Madness, I had a lot of things going on in my life, so I didn't get to really cover it, but I also didn't want to cover it because some of the leaks for the film really, there was a lot of leaks, a lot of supposed leaks, and a lot of them were, quite frankly, bullshit. Let's keep it real. And I was looking at these things and I was like, okay, well, that's kind of a cool idea. And there were people saying the movie's all cameos, which it's not. I went into this movie kind of wanting to be entertained, and what we really got was the character arc of Doctor Strange, of Wanda, and of America Chavez. That's the three main characters that got development in this movie. There were cameos in the middle of it, and they were cool, but they weren't what people thought we were going to see. There were rumors, even before No Way Home came out, that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were going to be in this movie, mostly because of the fact that Sam Raimi directed Spider-Man 1 through 3, and he's worked with Tobey before. Rumors of other Spider-Man villains popping up, rumors of Tom Cruise as Superior Iron Man. There were rumors of a Miles Morales crossover. I was reading all of this, guys. Rumors of tons of remember the whole rumor about, and I even talked about this on the channel, the whole thing about Hugh Jackman being Wolverine, that being the talk of why they did reshoots, and there was a lot of rumors, and it was one after another after another. We were going to get Marvel Netflix characters or ones that were on Netflix. It was just insane. Like, this movie was built up to be basically this huge orgasmic high spot for comic book fans. That's the way people on the internet perceived it going in. We're going to get tons of cameos, and we're going to have Doctor Strange going through all these different multiverses and finding all these characters that we either know or don't know, or comic book fans might know, some might not know, and just really turning into this, basically No Way Home on steroids. And that's not the movie we got at all. We did not get that movie whatsoever. There was, like I said, one sequence in the middle of the film with cameos when they went to another multiverse or another universe in the multiverse, but that's it. And I've talked in the past about leaks and spoilers both on this channel and Geekdom 101, so it's not like I'm not guilty of putting out stuff like this, but I think with this film, it's the first time that I've actually felt like leaks and spoilers have hurt the movie. Going into No Way Home, there was so much talk going in. Are Tobey and Andrew in it? We all said they were. Some said, I'm not sure. Then they were in it. And people were really satisfied. It was almost like the same thing happened with this movie, except a lot of people were not satisfied. There were people saying the movie's a 2 out of 10, and, it's mid, it's not very good. And I'm just thinking to myself, wait a minute. Did we watch the same movie? Now, again, everyone has a right to their opinion, but when you start talking to these people and actually having a conversation, the one thing that comes out of their head more often than not is, I thought we were going to see blank, or I heard we were going to see blank. And obviously you're going to get that from somebody who either reads the internet or who talked to somebody who read the internet. Now, in the past, this has been an issue going all the way back to the 90s when the internet became a thing. Stuff gets leaked legitimately online all the time. It happens all the time. And there was stuff leaked online for this movie too that was legitimate. But also, alongside the legitimacy, there was also BS and stuff that people made up to either get their rocks off or to screw with other people, or sometimes they did it because they feel like maybe they were onto something and they wanted to be proven right by making an educated guess. People do this all the time, guys, like all the freaking time. And, you know, there were channels, some of which are friends of mine, who were dropping information on these leaks almost every week. Oh, these are crazy new leaks, blah, 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 blah. And I often would wonder, like, okay, but how many of these are actually real? Like, how many of these are actually going to happen? And I think this is the first movie where, because the vast majority of the internet spoilers did not happen, I think people were going into it expecting one movie and they got something else. Now, the something else they got, I think, was probably better than what they were going to get, but not to them. Some people watch these movies not because they're great films and story arcs and things like that, but some people watch these movies because they just want to sit down and have watch a popcorn movie, be entertained for a couple hours, then go back to life. A lot of folks do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just want to see high spots. You want to see superheroes having cool fights. You want to see, oh, look, there's Cyclops. Oh, look, there's Wolverine. Oh, look, there's Spider-Man from the Maguire universe. Look, there's Green Goblin. That's what they wanted, and they didn't get that with this movie. And I think this, to me, shows that sometimes internet leaks like 4chan and Reddit, they can be harmful to a viewing experience. You know, I've had people ask me constantly. In fact, I get the question pretty often. They ask me, it's one of the most frequently asked questions, you know, why do you read spoilers? Does it ruin the movie for you? And the answer is not always. I'm not one of those guys that hates spoilers. I mean, I've covered them because, to me, if a movie's good, a movie's good. That's me. Now, there's people out there who are different. Now, I will say, though, with some exceptions, I do avoid spoilers. If there's a movie I'm really emotionally invested in, like, for example, Endgame, that was kept super hush-hush, and I did try to avoid spoilers for that, even though I did cover a couple of them here on the channel. They were really good about keeping that a secret. And, of course, that movie wound up being a tremendous success, critically and, you know, it was a good movie. Like, even the critics liked it, but also the fans did. To me, that's probably the best. That's like the best capstone movie ever made. You know what I'm saying? Best capstone movie. So, you know, end to a saga type of thing. You know, end to a long saga. Not a trilogy, not like 5 movies, like 18 or so movies or whatever came to a close with that one, right? It was an amazing film. And so, with that being said, you know, had a great script. With that being said, there are some movies where I don't want to know anything. And the experience is better being on the edge of my seat, not knowing. That is true. I'm very picky when it comes to that. Some I am, some I'm not. And that's why when I do these spoiler videos, I always give everybody time to click off. If you've been following me on Geekdom 101 for years, I have always done we're going to get into some spoilers here. If you don't want to be spoiled, click off the video. I always give you time to click off because some people have their autoplay set and they don't have time to click off. I'm very cognizant of people who don't want to be spoiled. I try to do my best not to do it. People have even brought some constructive criticism to me and they've been like, yo, like, try not to spoil things in your thumbnails. And I have taken that to heart. You know, I've tried my best to try to keep things, you know, walking that razor's edge, you know, without going all the way over. Now, I think that the leaks for this movie hurt this movie. Now, one thing I will tell you is the general population is not on the internet. There's millions of people who are not on Twitter and who went to go see this movie and don't care. They were fine with what they got. But there was a group of people who got hyped up to see Hugh Jackman or hyped up to see Toby again, and they did not get it. And they walked out of the theater hyper-focusing on that one aspect of the film, and because that one aspect of the movie did not happen, it ruined their entire experience. And to me, that's not really a healthy way to look at things, but at the same time, I can't put the blame on them because somebody put out a fake leak. Point blank, somebody lied. Like, they were lied to, right? I don't feel bad for somebody, I do feel bad for somebody who was lied to, who was just actively looking for information, but you have to always remember to take things with a grain of salt that you read online, even stuff from me. And, you know, no YouTuber, none of these freaking guys who claim to have inside sources, there's a voice for you, oh, well, we have super inside sources, guys, who don't have shit. None of these guys would ever say that, but I'm saying it. Like, even if I put something out, always take it with a grain of salt. Know that I do my best to really vet this information, but I'm not going to ever strike 100 when it comes to especially movie stuff. Dragon Ball stuff I'm pretty good at because I've got good connects there. Movie stuff I'm not that good at because I don't have that many connects, but I've got a few really good ones. I don't have to lie and bullshit my way around the internet. I have a following because I lie. That's never been me. You know what I mean? If it was me, I'd put out fake bullshit every week and get views on it, which I don't do, and certain people do. You see what I'm saying? So, like, and just be a little bit smarter and always remember that because you read something online does not mean it's going to happen. And the most important thing is when you go see a film, in my opinion, try to go into it with an open mind because I don't blame somebody for being disappointed in this movie if it didn't have the cameos that they all wanted them to have. You know what I mean? There was so much fake information out about this movie and it all seemed very real because the movie's called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And we saw them break the rules with No Way Home, so they could easily break the rules here and bring everybody in. The idea of there being everybody in this movie actually made sense. So this is a great opportunity for somebody who puts out fake information to actually capitalize and really fool people without even taking any responsibility for it. And nobody ever takes responsibility for anything nowadays online. They never do. So it's kind of sickening. So, yes, I do think that the leaks were harmful for this movie. I don't think we're going to get something like this ever again unless we have another movie like this. For example, Secret Wars. If we get the Secret Wars movie, Marvel Secret Wars, expect there to be a ton of fake information out there for that because that's the one time when they can do stuff like that. Same thing with another multiversal movie or a time travel movie. Just expect all of that to be the case. Anyways, that's my little ramble for today. I hope you're having a great day. Take care of yourself and each other.